I want to know how to get unstuck. I want to know how to get untrapped. I'm exhausted from being exhausted. I'm in a cult and I want out. The cult? It's corporate America, but some of you may have other names for it. And it's suffocating me, barely providing a livelihood while demanding my life. The expectations are insane and somehow getting worse. We laugh at people who get caught in religious cults, but we forget the biggest cult of all, the one where you show up for a 9 to 5 or whatever the timeline is for you, that silently expects you to be available 24/7, where your identity gets absorbed into meetings, deadlines, metrics, and inboxes, where you don't own your time and barely recognize your own reflection. At least religious cults admit they're cults. At least slaves know they're slaves. But us, we're told to be lucky. Let me be clear. I don't hate working. I don't mind contributing, building, creating. What I mind is the never-ending expectation to be on call, to sacrifice my health and sanity for what? Nothing, life or death, just ego. Productivity, the illusion of importance. I hear the whip. It sounds like a Slack ping, a late night email, a Sunday reminder that Monday is coming. And I watch myself typing faster and faster, chasing what? Sometimes I tell myself, well, at least I get to sit down. At least it's not physical labor, but pain is pain. Manual work hurts the body. This eats the soul. The stress creeps in slowly. One day, you're just a little tired. Then you're anxious. Then you can't sleep. Then you're depressed. And yet you're supposed to be grateful because it could be worse. I know it could be worse. I see people who have it worse, but that doesn't make it okay. I still need a roof over my head, food on the table, and to care for the people I love. So I stay dependent, trapped in a cult. And I see the new recruits, the interns, the new hires. What do I say to them? Nothing. I flash a smile. I keep up the laughter as if this is the greatest place in the world. I dare not say otherwise because the leaders will be mad. Eventually, the newbies see for themselves. And if they come to me with their concerns, we speak in code, subtle nods, quiet jokes, but I never say how I really feel. I don't lie, but I don't tell the truth either. What I want to say is run, you deserve better. And for the few who have escaped, who managed to get out of the cult, it's always one of two things. It's either the best thing that ever happened to them or the worst thing. There's never an in-between. Inside the cult, we're not just surviving, we're competing to rise higher, get noticed, earn status. To win what exactly? Sometimes I catch myself still hoping that if I work hard enough, I'll get promoted, that I'll reach a level where I can finally afford someone to take care of my family because the cult takes so much from me that I have nothing left to give them. Crazy thing is, some people like giving everything to the cult. It makes them feel important. It gives them a purpose. They shine with pride as they burn out. But I don't want to burn out anymore. Do I quit and risk it all? That feels selfish. Do I find another cult and pray it's less toxic? Do I start my own and hope I don't become the very thing I'm trying to escape? What would you do if you were stuck in a cult, slowly suffocating for a decade? When I was younger, I would have left without a second thought. Now, with a child, a partner, responsibilities, leaving seems impossible. I'm exhausted. I come home and give what little I have left to my family. I dream of building something new, something conscious, something full of love. But how do I build that while surviving this? Everyone around me says, stay, Don't rock the boat. Ah, misery loves company. Maybe they are right. Maybe we're all in cults. Just some are prettier, some pay better, some come with free coffee and soul level misery. The hardest part, if you don't praise the cult, if you question it, if you say, this isn't who I am, they treat you like you're ungrateful, ungrateful for being used. I don't have the answers yet, but I'm trying. I hope someday I can come back here and tell you, I've left the cult. I started my own, and it's beautiful. A place where we live with love, where we live consciously. Because that's the dream, not to escape work, but to escape the cult mentality. And finally, live love consciously. In this moment, I'd like for you to take some time to imagine yourself waving goodbye to the cult, saying thank you so much for all that you've given me, for all that you've shown me. And it is true, you're not lying. They have given you. They have given you the strength to walk away because the alternative is just terrible. They've taught you that you are more valuable than the amount on your paycheck. And that is a wonderful gift. Without even knowing it, they're giving you a gift every day that your workload becomes more and more and you begin to burn out. Because burnout is an indication that you cannot take any more and you have to take an action for your health. What is that saying? The saying of health is prosperity. If you don't have your health, mind, body, and soul, it's very hard to be prosperous. So take a moment and wave to the cult. Say goodbye. Say thank you. I'm grateful for all that you've provided for me, but it is time for me to bid you adieu. It doesn't have to be today. It doesn't have to be tomorrow, but every day, if you are in a cult and you are ready to get out, every day, take a moment to say goodbye. And you don't have to quietly quit. You still do your best. But you prep in the background when you have time, when you have the strength. You strategize, you give yourself a plan, and you begin putting it into action. It may take you 5 years. It may take you 10 years. It may take you a week. But as long as you're working and towards saying goodbye with a smile and being happy about your decision, then you have been given a gift, the gift of freedom. Take care of yourself.